नमस्कार, दिस सतीश मिश्रा। आप सबका इस वीमेंस वर्ल्ड व्यू के एक विशेष अंश में वीमेन एंड क्रिएटिविटी में आप सबका स्वागत है। हमारा बड़ा सौभाग्य है और अहोभाग्य है कि हमारे मध्य में मिसेस सुनीता मिश्रा मौजूद हैं और उनकी बेटी मिस ईशा मिश्रा हैं। ये इनकी क्रिएटिविटी के बारे में आप सुनेंगे तो ये मिसेस सुनीता मिश्रा टीचर हैं मोंटगोमरी काउंटी में। इसके अलावा अपना समय व्यतीत करती हैं फिल्म बनाने में और उनका एडिटिंग वगैरह काफ़ी कुछ काम करती है। तो मैं इनसे ही रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि आप सबको बताएं कि इन अपने बैकग्राउंड के बारे में थोड़ा बताएं, उसके बाद में कैसे इस फिल्म एडिटिंग, फिल्म मेकिंग, फिल्म डायरेक्टिंग बिजनेस में आप गई।
Well, I am a teacher by profession, and मैं हिंदी में नहीं अंग्रेजी में बोलूँगी क्योंकि मेरी बेटी थोड़ा सा अंग्रेजी में ज़्यादा she understands English better.
That's fine.
So, I am a teacher, and I have been a teacher for 20 years in Maryland public schools, and I became interested in films because मेरे घर में भी बहुत लोग फिल्मों में और आर्टिस्टिक चीज़ों में involved है। मेरे भाई इंडिया में एक डायरेक्टर हैं, and even my grandfather made films. He was in politics, but he also made movies. So it has been a tradition. So I got interested, and I was interested in education. So I wanted to find out a little more about education-related issues in India.
Yeah.
So
your father was in education.
My father was in education.
Yeah, he was my teacher. He was my guru at Lucknow University.
And that's
then
how
he
we
went
got
to IIT, and then he went to Allahabad.
Yeah,
Banaras.
Lucknow University.
Yeah.
And Banaras, right.
And Banaras Vice Chancellor.
So that's how we got interested in movies and documentaries. And then I went to a village last year, and I took my daughter along with me, and she's going to tell us a little about how she helped me make this documentary. We made a documentary there on the education of Dalit girls, and in a small village called Mirda. And she'll tell us a little about what her experience was helping me in making this documentary. So Isha Misra.
Okay, so I helped my mother work on the script for this documentary, and also had a chance to visit the village of Mirda. And so as my mother was saying, my uncle works in films, and because my mother's also been interested in it, I got interested in it also. And I've always had some interest in creative writing. I took some classes in college in that vein. And so I jumped at the chance to have the opportunity to help her write the script and get some first-hand experience on what goes into making a documentary.
And she saw how the girls over there, what kind of challenges they have to overcome to be able to, continue their education. So you want to tell us something about that?
Yeah, so as growing up here, I would say, taken for granted the opportunities I get as a young woman here. I've had no trouble finishing my schooling, going on to college, going on to graduate school. And it's funny that, the amount of money I spend maybe on a dinner in DC being pretty expensive, can go a very long way towards furthering a young girl's education at Gandhi College.
Yes, so almost a year's tuition is how much one dinner would cost you in Delhi, in Washington, D.C.
And what is the name of this documentary film?
It's called A Dream of Education in Modern India.
And it's also, you have given a nickname too.
Yeah, a Hindi title is Tinka Tinka, which means bit by bit.
From?
Yeah, because bit by bit, it was about Dalit girls, these girls who are from the lowest caste of Indian society. And for the longest time, till independence, most of them had not even seen the inside of a school. And now many of these girls are going to college in this village. So it's an amazing amount of development, progress that they have undergone. So Tinka Tinka, bit by bit.
That's good. I understand that this village is a remote part of Uttar Pradesh in India, named Balia, right?
It's close to Balia. It's not in Balia.
It's close to Balia. Balia is a city, and this is further interior in that city.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that city?
That
village?
The village of Mirda. And there isn't even a high school in the village. It only has a primary school, and we went, and a middle school, and we went to see what kind of education is going on in that government middle and government elementary school. And it was terrible, the conditions. Teachers don't teach, they don't have electricity, they don't have a lot of things that we take for granted, like books. And the government of India has passed something called Right to Education Act, But despite that, 50% of the girls drop out in this village. So we wanted to see what changes have taken place. And the village itself has undergone great changes. They have satellite television there now. And, but the level of education is still has a long way to go.
And I understand that one of us, Washingtonian, Dr. Shukla, has been very much involved with the development of this whole village through education, and he funded this college.
He has created, Dr. Shukla, he works here in George Mason University, and he in fact partly sponsored, along with Sanjay Govil and a few other friends of mine, they sponsored this, this documentary of mine. So we went there and visited his college. Now this village doesn't have a high school, but it now has a college called Gandhi College.
And that's a degree college.
It's a degree college
Wow.
to educate girls. So there are, you know, I think about 500 girls in this college now.
Wow, that's really good.
And he's doing a great job, and he's taking people, and this brings us to how children, young people over here can get involved in Gandhi College in this small little village in India. What did you see was happening in, you know, young children are coming there to help, and they have volunteer opportunities there, right?
Right, I believe he set up this the weather program there, which he's bringing students from here with him to the village to show them how the process works there.
And he's inviting scientists from here to go there and, you know, help with the education of these girls. So it's amazing what he's doing. And in a small little village environment, it's a very backward part of India, East UP, right?
Well, I met Dr. Shukla at one of the women's conference organized by National Federation of Indian American Associations, NFIA, and you were also there talking about Tinka Tinka, bit by bit.
Yeah.
And it was a very nice conference, and I was really impressed with the philosophical way that he and his wife approached this whole concept of adopting a village and educating girls from lower class and everywhere, just girls, providing them an opportunity to excel in their life and career.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about this film, and maybe we can have a glimpse of this later on?
And I have made, besides the film, I've also made a 5-minute short film just on Gandhi College, because this film was about the education of Dalit girls in the village, right from primary school on to college. And then he wanted a a film just focusing on Gandhi College. So that's what I did this summer. Make the short film. But he's doing a great job. I mean, in this village where, like I said, 50% of the girls drop out, and 80% of Dalit girls drop out of schools. In a place like this, he has created a private college entirely funded by him and by his own individual efforts to bring in funding in this college. And that's where people in this country can help in donating to a concept like this, which is bringing about great upliftment for young girls in this village.
That's very nice. I have seen Tinka Tinka quite a few times, and also I have seen this small documentary film of Gandhi College, about Gandhi College, and I have seen those girls who had no opportunity otherwise to get any kind of education and get ahead in social atmosphere and environment that these little girls live. Little means, you know, impoverished and not that well-to-do. And this opportunity became a real good opportunity and boon for them.
And, you know, there's one girl who's the main character in my documentary, and she's gone from being a landless laborer's daughter, none of her parents or siblings have ever seen the inside of a school. And from that, she went to getting an undergraduate degree in Gandhi College. And now, I have just heard last week that Dr. Shukla is sponsoring her to go to Balia to get a master's degree and hopefully sit for the Indian Administrative Services examination, which we hope she will clear. And so from being a landless laborer's daughter, she might become an administrator in India, which is a remarkable achievement if it succeeds.
And how many hours of work approximately did it take for you to produce this one Tinka Tinka?
It took the entire summer break that I had, 2 months in the summer. I went there for about 6 days to shoot the film, but after the shooting, before that I had to go and do research. Then I went and shot the film with the cameraman, and then we came back to Bombay and then edited the film. the longest period of time was in the editing of the documentary, which took an enormous amount.
So
because that
how
was the
many
first
quotes?
time. About at least 15, 20 days to a month just went in editing this documentary.
Uh-huh.
Because I was new at it, and this was my first effort.
For first effort, and you
Yeah.
did a wonderful job,
Yeah.
because I've seen that film myself. And if people want to get to know more about your effort and Dr. Sukla's effort, what should they do?
Oh, they should go to gandhicollege.org, and you can get a lot of information about what programs they have and how people can help. And you can also, get in touch with this this show, and we can, get you connected with somebody who can help you get involved.
Yeah. Isa, you have the last few minutes, last few words to our audience, how youths can make a contribution. Why should they go into this kind of business?
How should the young people get involved?
Well, I think that for anybody who's, like I said earlier, growing up here, it is an opportunity to see how thankful you should be for what you have here. We have access to education, we have access to clean water and food, good clothes on our back, and
She's a doctor, by the way, and that she understands how important these issues are for young children.
right.
over
And
there.
even I go to Howard University, and the patients I deal with there also are underserved patients, and even there, what I see is a humbling experience because of what I take for granted. I have good health insurance, and they don't even have that. And so I think it's very important for the youth to get involved because it is something that helps with our personal growth, to understand how people in other parts of the world live and how we should be grateful. And so it would be nice if we could, even if you can't go there, to at least find some way to contribute.
And get
in any way
involved.
you can.
That's very nice of you. Thank you, Isa, for coming to this show. Thank you, Sunita ji. And thank you all. And please visit our website. And this is one way you can make a contribution to women by helping them out if they didn't have opportunity. Thank you all. Namaskar.
Namaste.